Bill Maher recently has really taken the heat for meeting with his arch enemy, President Donald Trump. And in this video, I am going to answer the question, is it a good idea to meet with your arch enemy? And my answer may surprise you. And also, I'm going to give you 4 considerations before you do so. And at the end, I'm going to share, if I were Bill Maher's coach, what I would have advised him to do. So I'm Karen Valencic. I am the author and founder of Spiral Impact, The Power to Get It Done with Grace. I've been studying and teaching conflict mastery for over 3 decades. And I find it really fascinating to watch the interplay between people. And so in this video, I am going to share some tips that you can actually consider as well. So the number one consideration is, before you do anything, and I say this not because of the two of them, but if you decide to do something, always be sure you're safe. And I'm sure Bill Maher and President Trump were safe in their environment to have this meeting. So the second consideration is to really get clear on what the intention is of this meeting. What do you want as an outcome? Now theirs was pretty simple. My understanding is their mutual friend, Kid Rock, facilitated this meeting so that they could have more civil discourse. So that was their intention around more civility. Whether they achieved that or not, I don't know. The third consideration is, what do you know about your opponent? Now, I don't know how much they knew about each other, but from my standpoint, I can observe that Bill Maher can be a very sharp and almost vicious comedian at times. And I know that President Trump is known as one of the best marketing and salespeople on earth. So those are 2 things that I think that are really relevant as you go in and you meet with this person. You got to know your enemy as well as yourself. So the 4th consideration is, when you have someone you really disagree with, don't think that one meeting is going to heal all that and transform the relationship, or that you're going to really even know who that person is. Because it takes a long time to build trust when there hasn't been trust. So to go in for one meeting and feel all like, oh, this is wonderful, is probably not a reasonable thing to do based upon my experience and observations. The short answer to the question, should you talk with your enemies? My response is absolutely yes. The world goes forward when we can have conversations with people we differ with. Now, I actually teach courses in that and coach on that. It's not as simple as just diving in. There's skill that goes with that. But if I were coaching Bill Maher on this particular meeting, what I would have coached him to do is to do what President Trump did. To my knowledge, President Trump did not publicly comment about that meeting. I could be wrong, but I didn't find anything anywhere. Whereas Bill Maher did a monologue that went on for quite a while, and how wonderful it was, and how he's not at all like he thought he was, and all of that. I would have advised him to really keep his comments at a minimum. I would have advised him to say, we had a very cordial, congenial meeting. I am very grateful and appreciate the opportunity to have sat down with him. That's what I would have advised him to do on a public basis. It is such an important thing to be able to talk with people we disagree with. And I think on the political sphere, and that's not really where I spend my time, but people in all situations are very much the same in terms of how do we interact. And I think Pete Buttigieg is an incredible study of someone that can go in and really talk with people that are very different than his perspective and do quite well with it. So hey, I hope you subscribe. I have a lot of videos here about conflict, about innovation, about change, and how we show up in it. My work's all grounded in martial arts, and it's pretty fun. Until next time, thank you so very much. And that is all for right now. Bye-bye.